Hi, my name is Maine, and with the new reprint set coming out in just a couple of weeks, people are very excited to get their hands on the new Ghost Game cards. Amphimon, Siriusmon, and Direvimon are highly anticipated support for their respective decks, and people are very excited to play them. So over the next few weeks, we are going to be breaking down the decks as well as how they play, although a little different this time. I'm actually going to give you guys a game showcase so that you'll actually be able to see these decks in actions. So starting off, we are of course going to talk about the new Gammamon deck and its new Mega, Siriusmon. Gammamon has always had kind of a focus about getting a bunch of its evolutions and its sources and then using Canon Weissmons for its effects, but now you have a way to actually put those sources underneath, so it's exactly what the deck wanted. Alright, without further ado, let's get into it. So starting off, we've got the Gammamon player. They're on the left. They're just going to drop a memory boost so that they can pick up a rookie. Not starting off with a rookie is not good, especially in a matchup where you have a deck as aggressive as Gammamon is. So the Gammamon is going to start at 3. They are just going to hatch the new Gammamon, which is really good for the deck. As I said, there's a bigger focus about putting stuff in the deck, and Gammamon is basically just Black Doraemon from BT7. So they're just going to evolve into the Gammamon promo. And then they are going to, for 2, go into the new Gulus Gammamon, which has a similar effect to the BT10 one, where it's just end of attack, it deletes itself, and then you can delete an opponent's Digimon with equal or less DP, and then it floats into a Gammamon. And then they're going to just hard play the new hero, which does so much for the deck. At the start of your main, you can put a Gammamon in the sources of something else to gain a memory and draw a card. Like I said, this deck has a much bigger focus on putting stuff in your sources, and this deck can be really good for gaining memory. So Mastamon is just going to play a memory tamer, and we're immediately going to see how good this hero is in action. The Gammamon player is going to push out their Gulu stack here in just a second. And the nice thing is that hero is actually at the start of the main phase, so that they will be able to put the Betel Gammamon from all the way back in BT8 in the sources, and now when they go into their level 5s, they will have Blitz. So they're going to gain the memory, and now they're at 3 memory, and they've got a little bit more memory to work with. They are going to evolve into the... Well, first thing they're going to do is they're going to play another promo hero, so they're going to get even more draws, they're going to get even more memory gain at the start of their turn, and then they are going to evolve into the new Regulusmon for 3. Regulusmon, it has the same effect as Canon Weiss, where it can give the stack the Gammamon effects, but then it also has an effect where when attacking or by trashing a card, it gives it a non-deletion effect that'll delete an opponent's Digimon. And it does have the Gulus, so it'll be able to float. Now, as you just saw, it had the Betel Gammamon in the sources, so it was immediately able to go in for a check. And because it has heroes which give it 2,000 each, and the Gammamon giving an extra 2,000 each, it'll just hit over anything. Mousemon's going to go ahead and promote, put Shot the Black Gato, and then they are going to pop their memory boost that they drop turn 1. And then go into an Angelomon via T11 to search their security stack for an Angel or Archangel. And they are just going to grab a fall down mode Ophanimon. And since their security, if their security was reduced, the Kiramon will give them jamming, and since their security was increased, the Kari will gain them a memory, keeping it their turn. Since they have the jamming from the Kiramon, they're just going to go ahead and get that free swing in. They're going to go just hitting into a little Gammamon in security, and then they're going to pass turn by evolving into a Fanio. Now, as we just saw, the Gammamon was able to get in a really early swing because of that blitz, so you see how these cards work together. At the start of the main, they're going to go ahead and throw in the new Searcher Gammamon in the under. The new Searcher Gammamon also does so much for the deck because it's just a good DP boost as well as a Searcher for the deck. Gammamon is going to play their Tamer and then swing, but they unfortunately hit into a Mirai, so now the Mastamon player is in a much better position. So the Gammamon player is just going to play down the new Wenzen Gammamon so that they can have a blocker on board. And This new Wenzen is very nice as well because it will give your stack blocker. So this kind of lets Gammamon have access to a wide variety of effects. You can have blocker piercing, you can have raid piercing. There's just so many effects. So the Ophanimon is going to go ahead and swing at the security, and they are going to hit into a new Betel Gammamon, and we'll talk about that in just a second. The Mastamon player is just going to play another Mirai and pass turn because the Gammamon player is going to go to 3 anyway, and with their new heroes they'll be able to go to 4 and 5, so they're just going to pass turn. Start of main, the Gammamon player is going to put another searcher in the Wenzen sources to gain a memory and draw a card. Then they're going to go ahead and evolve into the promo Gammamon in the Raising. They're going to pay a couple memory to go into an old Gulus Gammamon in the Raising, just so that they have a stack in case. They're going to swing, and they are unfortunately going to hit a Chaos Degrade, and since it's getting, which will send Regulus to the top of the security, and since it is not deleted, they will not be able to float into another Gammamon with their Gulus Gammamon inherited, which is unfortunate. This kind of does put Gammamon kind of behind, as they just lost a very important stack, so it looks like the Gammamon player is just going to play another hero, so they'll be able to get more draws and more memory gain at the start of their turn, because Mastamon is going to go to 5 no matter what. So Mastamon knows it's that Regulus, so they're just going to swing over it in security. They're going to go ahead and swing with their little baby Salamon, and it is the new level 6 Arcturusmon, which we will talk about in just a second. And now they're going to pop their memory boost to go to 7, to hard play down a Angelamon, go to 0, and then they're going to go into another Ordinemon or Ophanimon, then tap their card to recover, and now they're going to use the effect of their Salamon to DNA Digivolve those two Ophanimon Photons into an Ordinemon, which will pop the Wenzen Gammamon and then recover. So Gammamon is really not in a good position. They are staring down a big level 7 stack and 5 security. Let's see if they can take it back. So, of course, start of main, their heroes, they're going to put the new level 7 in the bottom of their sources, gain a memory, draw a card, and then they're going to draw another card because of they are baby. So you see how this deck has access to just insane draw power in memory games. So they're now at 6 memory. They are going to pay 3 to go ahead and go into another Regulus Mon. And right now they're debating if they want to go ahead and activate to give it to its effect to give itself the on deletion. And they are going to pay another 3 memory to go into the new level 6 Serious Mon. Serious Mon has a really strong Wind Digivolving effect that lets you place a Digimon under it, in this case, Betel Gammamon, with Gammamon in its name, and then you can delete an opponent's Digimon with less DP than itself. Using all the heroes, Serious Mon is going to be much bigger than the Ordinemon stack. But the Ordinemon is going to use its effect to trash the top card of its security so it can still keep a Digimon in play. So now Mastamon is staring down this really big Serious Mon stack. It's got Retaliation, it's got Raid, it's got a lot of DP boost, and if something is ever deleted on Gammamon's turn, it'll unsuspend, so it could potentially have 2 attacks. So this thing is definitely going to be able to hit over their Ordinemon. So they're just going to play down the starter deck Angelamon to give it minus security stack so that they can maybe live a little bit longer, as well as play out another Kari Tamer. Gammamon is going to go ahead and hatch an egg again. They're going to, it looks like they're debating if they want to put another Gammamon in the sources, and they are going to put in the Cannon Weissmon. And you see that the stack is getting so big that that Tabletop Simulator almost can't handle it. Gammamon is kind of thinking about what their next move should be, because they can definitely just because they have the power to, they're going to put in one more Digimon in the source to give itself more memory gain. So right now, the Gammamon player, they have a lot of DP boost, so they can use the raid from the Betel Gammamon to they can use the raid from the Betel Gammamon to hit over the Ordainmon, and then they would be able to hit over the Ordainmon again if it protects itself with its effect. So you really see how powerful this deck is. It can do anything any other deck can do. It can get raid piercing like Wargreymon, it can get blocker retaliation like Mervamon, it can get blocker evade like Ulforce. This deck has a giant toolbox of effects, and it can absolutely ruin your opponent's day. So they are going to raid into the Ordainmon. Since something was deleted, they will unsuspend. And it looks like the Mastamon player is not going. Oh, they are going to bring back their Ordainmon, because they know that on their turn the Serious Mon will not be as big, but they are going to go ahead and just raid into it again. And now the Gammamon player is going to go ahead and go into the brand new level 7 Proximamon for the full 6. Proximamon has a really strong effect where at the end of your turn you can place a Gammamon in its sources to delete something, and then all turns when something is deleted you can play a Gammamon from your trash. So they're just going to play the new Searcher Gammamon to pass their turn at 3. Just getting that quick search, and there is the Arcturusmon they would much rather have, because that would have made their evolution much cheaper. And now it's the end of their turn. They can use the effect of their Proximamon to put something in the sources. This looks like they are going to put the they're going to put the Regulusmon from earlier in their sources to delete that Angelmon, and since something was deleted they can go ahead and play something from their trash. It looks like they're going to play back the Wenzen Gammamon so that they have a blocker in play. So in one turn almost, Gammamon has completely turned the tide of the game, and it doesn't look like Mastamon has a response, so they're just going to hard lay down the Lady Devimon. It's back to the Gammamon player. They unsuspend everything, and they're gonna go ahead and push out their little baby stack, and it's now the start of their main, so they can throw something onto their sources. They're gonna throw in the new Arcturusmon that they picked up, just because now when they delete something they trash the top card of the security. Not just giving Gammamon one new top end, but two has actually shown how insane the deck can be. So we see they're just going to swing, 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 and that shows you how powerful the new Gammamon deck can be. It has access to a giant toolbox of effects, and it can just absolutely turn the tide of battle in one turn. You see, it just hit into a Shine Greymon burst mode, and it doesn't matter because it was too big. See, just swing, swing, swing. Hopefully this video inspires you to check out Gammamon in your locals. It's a really fun and easy deck to build, especially with all the reprints we're going to be getting in the Resurgence booster. My name is Maine, and I'll see you guys next time when we talk about Jellymon.